What up, you two fam? It's April G Showers, and we're back with another episode of An Hour with April G Showers. We got Austin Simmon in the building.
Hey.
Woo, 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 woo. So honored. Thank you.
Yep.
All right. April G Squad, fist bump. Love y'all. Let's get it. All right, just starting off, whatever you're comfortable sharing, a little background about yourself, like your age, family, kids, where you from, school, that type of stuff.
Yeah. So, age, I'm 31, which, I don't know. I'm definitely feeling every bit of 30. People say, it's all downhill from here, and I definitely understand what that means.
Hey, I'm a decade older than you. So,
So yeah, I live in Phoenix, Arizona. I was born in LA, moved here when I was 8, so I've been here for most of my life. And got into music uh, when I was I started playing instruments when I was in 5th grade, so about 10, but I started rapping at 14. And so I've just kind of been doing that ever since. And yeah.
Okay. Do you have any kids?
No, not yet.
But you're married, right?
Yes. Yeah. I've been married for a year and a half.
Still newlyweds. Congrats.
Yeah.
Congrats. That's awesome.
Yep.
Okay, you kind of answered my next question, but have you always wanted to be a rapper? If not, when did you know? And if not, what did you want to be when you grew up? And then also, how long have you been rapping?
So for the longest, I wanted to be like a comic book writer. That was since like the 2nd grade. But I don't know, like my creativity has always been there. I've always been able to like make complex stories even at a super young age. But I was never able to draw. My drawing is not good.
Oh, my drawing sucks.
Yes.
I can't draw shit.
Yeah. So, but then I got into basketball, so that was a thing. That's a common thing. I wanted to be in the NBA.
Yeah.
But in high school, when I was getting drum lessons, because I was in marching band, and I was on the drum line.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, and this guy, his name is the Joker. It's actually, I mean, in the underground scene, he's actually pretty popular. He taught me how to play drums, and all had a studio where he rapped, and he was like locally, like really famous, low key. And so
Awesome.
and so I was like, damn, that'd be kind of cool if I could like put my voice on a CD.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and so I want to try that. Because I mean, I have the tools right here, and so he ended up striking like a secretive deal with me, where whenever my mom would drop me off for drum lessons, we would not play the drums. He would teach me how to rap, and we did that without my mom knowing. And so yeah, I was making songs, and I developed a love for that craft, and ever since then, it's just been all rap.
And how old were you?
14.
14.
I was a freshman in high school.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Do you have a specific writing process?
Yeah. So what I do is, and this is a semi-new process that I adopted after, because I kind of okay. So quick backstory before I answer this question. So I stopped rapping actually from about 2014 to 2010 or 2018. Sorry, 2014 to 2018, because just a lot of just life things happened, and so I just lost the drive for it. But then even within that time frame, I still was thinking like, well, did I make a mistake? Like
Yeah.
almost every day I thought that like my calling is music, and I feel like I need to get back into this at some point. But anyways, once I got back into it, my entire process of like going about making music was different, because I was now looking at it from a listener's point of view instead of a creator's point of view. Like, because I now had that 4 years of not being a creator in my, I don't know, in my toolbox, I guess. And I think that a lot of artists have a crutch of only looking at making music from a creator standpoint. and I know that that was the case at least for me prior to that break. But anyways, so when I make a song now, I have a bank of punchlines. Like I just have like a note, like a there's just notes of just nothing but similes and metaphors. It's like
Oh,
just
I
I
love
don't
it.
know if you can see it, but and so what I'll do is I'll pick one that fits with whatever I'm
Mhm.
talking about, and then I'll write around that punchline. So
Okay.
yeah, and it's worked pretty well. Um, at least like for my multis and how I set up how I go into the punchline. You know what I mean?
Okay. So do you
Yeah.
actually pen and paper it or?
No, I write it in my like there's like a notes. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, the notes thing in my phone. Yeah.
Yeah, I have all my stuff I've written in my notes thing in my phone too, but I also use pen and paper because I'm old as fuck and I'm scared that something might happen and then I lose everything in
Hmm.
my phone or in my computer or whatever, and then what? You know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like I still have it all. Like you should see the stacks upon stacks of notebooks. Some
Yeah.
I have. It's crazy. You know I'm a writer, and I wrote my first poem when I was 5,
Nice.
and with me now, and it's been like this over the last probably 2 decades, like,
Mhm.
a title will pop in my head, like, randomly. Like, I don't sit down, like unless it's like a challenge or something
Yeah.
like that. I don't just sit down and be like, okay, I'm gonna write. It's like I could be chilling with my son, eating whatever, and a title will just randomly pop in my head. I call it a
Mhm.
God thing. And when I get that, I'm like, oh, it's time for me to write. Okay. So then I get my little notebook and pen and I put
Hey,
the title at the top
yeah.
and the date. And then I'm the type, I start writing and I don't stop till I'm finished. Like I can't
Oh,
start, stop, start. I can't do
yeah.
that. Like so yeah, it's weird. But we all have our different processes, so
Yeah. I don't think I've ever heard anybody have like the same
right.
process. I think everybody has a different process for sure. And I think it's interesting that you go based off of a title. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
You know what? The most out of all the artists I've interviewed, the most common answer I've gotten is they will hear the beat first, and then whatever the beat speaks to them, whatever they
Mhm.
get from the beat is how they write. And see,
Yeah.
I'm just the opposite. I get the title in my head, I write whatever the hell it is I write, then I go pick a beat to match what I
The
wrote.
match what you wrote. Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, unless, like I said, it's a challenge or a remix or something.
Yeah.
So,
Usually, like I'll have at least a mood that I want first before I pick the beat. So but the thing is like sometimes I'll just write just to write. And then if the what I wrote fits the beat that I end up picking, then I don't know. I'm both ways, but I have to pick the mood first. That's the first thing I do. So if
yeah,
I'm just like
yeah,
in the mood of doing like let's say like 'cause I see you have a COB shirt on. So like if I want to do
yeah.
a boom bap, if I want to do a boom bap type beat or like a something a beat that King Crooked would want to get on because I get in those modes sometimes. Or if I want to do like a club beat or
Mhm.
a sadder type beat, like I have to be in that mood first. Then I
Yeah,
find the beat that fits that. Then I'll write.
gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha. There's been a couple of times where I heard a beat first, and I was
Mhm.
like, "Ooh," you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Sometimes those
the
beats just hit you. Yeah.
yeah, and my song "Pay Music" that you reacted to, that
Yeah.
was one of those. I heard
Oh,
that
nice.
beat, and I was like, "Ooh, I
Yeah.
wanna write to that," and so, yeah. You mentioned Cobb. Are you aware of Shoe Gang?
Yep. Absolutely.
They're my favorite rap group of today.
Mhm.
Old school, it would be probably Bone, but of today,
Yep.
Shoe Gang is definitely my favorite.
I'm really liking. Have you heard of Coast Contra?
Bruh, I have
I'm
heard
liking them right now.
they're on my list. You know how easy it is. We get so many requests. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? And it's so hard to get to everything. And then, with my health and then being a single mom, and me and my son have a podcast, plus my
mm,
interview series, plus reactions, plus the TikTok, plus so I'm like
yeah,
trying to
yeah.
juggle all this stuff, plus try to keep my health and all this. So, but Coast Contra, I have heard a lot of amazing things about. I've seen the thumbnails.
They're
But
incredible.
I'm really weird where I will not listen to anything before I react to it. I think
Yeah,
that's cheating, especially if you're a bar breakdown channel. You
mhm,
know what I'm saying?
yeah,
That's just me though. That's just my thoughts. If people do that, that's cool, but that's just me. That's just, you know.
yeah.
But I listened to the song, bruh. I could have killed him for requesting this on live stream. I
Mhm.
do this thing on my live stream where you can request for me to just listen to it live or have it uploaded to my channel. Mural by Lupe Fiasco.
Okay.
Have you
I don't know
heard
if I've
it?
heard that. I don't think I have. Is it good? It's got to be good if you're gonna if you're bringing this up.
It's a 8-minute long song.
Mhm.
And one of the things I said in it was, this motherfucker ain't just woke. This motherfucker don't blink. He's so woke,
Yeah,
he don't blink.
yeah,
Like, I only thought I was intelligent. And then I heard that song and I felt like a complete dumbass. Like, seriously, I felt
yeah,
so stupid. And I'm like, there's no way if somebody reacts to this song
yeah,
and acts like they catch everything this motherfucker saying the first time they hear it, they a liar. They
yeah,
lying. Ain't no way. You should
yeah.
check
I'm gonna
it
have to check
out.
that out then.
Hey, he's talking some real shit. I'll say that. Get ready. Your brain will be damaged. I
Mhm.
felt like I might need to go to the ER and get a brain MRI. I mean, I was blown away.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have
But
to check that one out. Hmm.
but I didn't react to the music video, and I guess I'll give you the same advice I was given. React to the lyrics video, but if it's your first time hearing it,
Yeah,
because it's too much. There's you'll have to see it's not a lot of bars. It's just a bunch of real talk.
yeah. Probably talking real shit. Yeah, that makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I
It's the
highly
same thing. Like if I do an Eminem reaction, I always do the lyric video, even if
lyric.
there's a music video to it, because I know that because I already know I'm gonna miss some bars. I already know I am if it's an Eminem track. But it makes it easier for me to catch most of the bars
Yeah.
if I do the lyric video. Yeah.
See, and I hate doing lyrics videos. I don't do lyric videos with Eminem unless, like, if he puts out a lyric video like he did with
Right.
Alfred's theme or
Mhm.
something like that, I'll
Yeah.
react to it. But other than that, like when he drops a new album, I do it solo. And I guess maybe because in my day we grew up where, hell, I had cassette tapes and shit. We'd have to rewind, stop,
Yeah.
play, write down lyrics, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And go, so I like to, it's a challenge for me. I like to see what I can catch on my own without having the lyrics, you know. It's
Yeah.
just,
And I respect that for sure. I just the main reason why I do it is, well, one, so I can catch all the bars, but then also because I like go into kind of why he does some of this like writing schemes, and it's just easier for me to explain that on a reaction video with the
yeah,
right.
yeah, I get that. Do you freestyle, and what is your definition of a freestyle?
So I mean, if we're talking off the head, like off the top freestyles, I'm not very good at that at all. Like I could probably do like 4 bars and then I'll
Mhm.
stumble at some point. I'm not Harry
Mhm.
Mack. Harry Mack
Oh, oh,
is is the absolute goat at that, but I'm not very good at it. But for me, and I because like I just made the distinction, there's people who just don't understand. Like you can do a freestyle that is written. You can make a
yes.
written.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
there's just different types. Like let's say you go on a radio show and you do one of those,
Yeah,
raps. Most of those are written. Pretty much
right.
everybody that does that writes their stuff down before they go on it. You can tell. But for like a true freestyle, I guess off the top, someone would have to make that distinction. So like Harry Mack obviously does them
Yeah,
off the
you
top.
could yeah. Juice
Yeah.
World.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah. Juice WRLD was really good at freestyles as well.
I think my top 3 off the domers are Harry, Mack, Juice World, and Eminem.
Yep. And three. King Los is really good at it too.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Black Thought.
I've never heard him freestyle, but I'm sure he's great because he's just a good rapper.
I
So
think I
I'm
think
not even surprised.
he's got a freestyle. I think it's on LA Leakers.
Mhm.
It's either LA Leakers or Funk Flex. That's oh
Yeah,
my god.
I'll have to check that one out then too. Dang,
And
I gotta write these down.
listen, hey, listen, bruh. The freestyle of 2022 that I've heard so far
Mhm.
would definitely have to be Daylight's freestyle on bars on I-95.
Okay. I think I've seen people react to it. I just have never watched it. So
Oh
yeah, I'm gonna have to check that one out
my,
too then.
oh
Yeah,
my. I was like,
yeah. I mean, I know Daylight is really good too. He can
oh
rap.
yeah, oh
He can
yeah,
rap.
oh
Yeah.
yeah. He's there's so many layers,
Yeah.
but the way the freestyle was, I almost felt like it would have been disrespectful to keep pausing it when I heard every single bar because of what
Mhm,
he was talking about.
mhm.
And if you check it out, you'll understand what I mean.
Okay.
So, yeah. Have you ever seen or heard of Kendrick Johnson?
No. Is he a
Uh,
rapper?
no, he was a 17-year-old African American kid that was found killed one morning in his school in Valdosta, Georgia.
Was this
And
recently?
it was January 2017.
Okay.
So, but there's a special on it. It's called Finding Kendrick Johnson. And you can get it on Amazon Prime, Stars. And if you have to rent it, it's worth every penny. And
Mhm,
Daylight mentions Kendrick Johnson in that freestyle.
mhm,
And it was crazy because I had just watched that Finding Kendrick Johnson.
mhm.
And oh my gosh, I lost my shit. And I'm like, everybody in the fucking world needs to watch that show,
Yeah.
especially if you look like me. Because if you
Okay.
think the shit don't still go on right now, today, in our country, you're crazy. And that will prove it. It's wild what
Mhm.
happened. It is wild what happened to him. R.I.P. Kendrick Johnson. It, it's
Yeah.
it's bruh.
And that's yeah. I mean, and what's crazy about what you just said is like there are a lot of people who think that like racism is not a thing anymore. It's like nah, definitely is. It's like and it's obvious. Like
And
it's not that hard to see. Like there's
you
fucking
know what gets me is there's a lot of people which I blame the government, I blame the schools because they don't teach us what we should be taught
yeah.
in school as far as history, like
Yeah.
real true American history, world history, like bruh. And there's people that just prefer to stay ignorant and not know the truth than to do any research themselves and educate themselves and things of that nature. Daylight brought up Green Book in his freestyle. I know what a Green Book is. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't. And to me, that's sad. And I'm like, bro, it's just our country, unfortunately, was founded by a bunch of racists.
Yeah. Yeah. And what's crazy is I said that in one of my reactions to the Tom McDonald song. And like, I got
Oh
I got
Lord.
destroyed in the comment section. A whole bunch of people just went for my head in that comment section. I was like, dang, maybe I should have said that. But like,
Look,
I mean, I had to say it. It had to be said. So like,
yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
I
But
say,
it was crazy.
yeah, say what you feel, man. And if to me, if people unsubscribe from me for me just being real, then they were never real supporters of me and my
Yeah,
channel to begin with. So bye.
yep, yep,
I'd rather have 100 real, true, genuine supporters than 100,000 fake ones.
yeah.
So, do you have any albums? If so, how many?
I have three albums. I haven't released one in a long time. I think the last one I released was in 2020. I'm just looking it up right now. This one I'm looking
That's
down
not
for.
that long ago.
Yeah, 2020.
That's not that long ago.
Well, like at one point, I wanted to, like, I told myself when I started back up again that I wanted to do an album a year, but just the way that the music space is now, it's not as advantageous as just putting out singles, and so I can focus on like for instance, like even on this album, I'm looking at the songs right now. There are songs that I really loved that didn't get the attention that I felt like they should have if I would have just made them singles. If that makes sense.
I
So
got you.
now,
I got
yeah,
you.
so now I've been kind of just focusing on just like putting out a song, giving that the proper attention that I feel like it needs, and then moving on. I don't know. But I'm also thinking about maybe going the Chris Webby approach because he'll put out a bunch of songs and then make an album of the songs that he already put out, and maybe add
Right.
in a couple on top of that.
And then add a
Um,
couple extra. Yeah.
yeah, I think that's a really good strategy. I know Vin J does the same thing. So yeah, those are options too. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite song of yours?
Yeah. So Recognize is probably my favorite song that I've ever made.
Do you
And I just
spell it RECOGNIZE? Recognize?
no, I spell it
Okay.
WRECKIN.
I
So it's like
knew it.
wrecking.
I knew it would be something different.
Yeah.
RECKEN.
Yeah, WRECKIN.
WRECK. Reckon. And then IZE.
EYEZ.
Oh, reckon
I just spelled it completely
eyes.
wrong. Yeah.
EYEZ. Okay. And just so you know, if you're getting ready to drop a new song or anything like that, hit me up and let me know. And I'm more than willing to react to it.
Yeah,
And,
for sure.
I mean, I know I'm like a little nobody, but
Stop. Stop. You passed that 10K. That's a big deal.
thank you. I didn't think I'd ever damn get there, bruh. Ever. It took
Mm.
forever. And I
I mean,
get it.
it takes a lot of people a long time to get to 10K, to be fair. So,
Well, I get it. One, I'm a female, two, my race, three, my age. So people it's hilarious. And I knew this coming in, and it's about the only damn thing I knew, other than hip hop, obviously, that when people look at this, they're not gonna think hip hop bar breakdown. I bet she knows hip hop. They gonna think, what does this old white bitch know about hip hop and breaking down bars?
yeah.
I've even gotten comments that say, not gonna lie, I prejudged you and didn't think you were gonna know shit. I've watched however many reactions to this, and you've caught more than most people. And it's comments like this too that actually motivate me. Thank you for teaching me to not judge a book by its cover, respect or whatever, and so I get it. I know why, so it's cool.
I will say that with the reactions that I have seen that you do, I've been surprised at how at like the ability to catch bars. Like I've thought this on multiple occasions because I feel like I'm good at catching bars, but not the best. Like I definitely feel like you, Knox Hill, and even low key Shaq are like probably the best at catching bars. Like
Thank
y'all catch
you.
all of them. Like it's crazy to
I
me.
don't
Like
catch all of them. I
you be
don't catch.
catching most of them. Like you catch like I'd say like 90%. That's a
Thank
that's a
you.
big percentage. I'm just
Thank
saying.
you.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. That means a lot to me. I take it very seriously. And
Yeah.
it's so funny because, like, I'll hear a bar and I'll think in my head, well, that's the easy one. Everybody will get that. And then I'm
Mm.
thinking in my head, don't pause, don't pause, don't pause. But then I'm like,
Really positive.
I can't
Yeah.
help it because
Yeah.
if I don't, somebody in the comments will be like, you missed
Yeah.
it.
That does happen.
You know? And I'm just like, "Bruh, no, if I caught this, what makes you think I missed this?" I
Yeah.
mean, come on. But yeah, script work is another amazing
They're
bar
good too.
breakdown
Yeah. Mhm.
channel. Devo the Ambivert's another good bar breakdown channel. He
Mhm.
catches bars very well.
So what's who?
Devo the Ambivert.
Evo? Okay. I don't think I've heard of him.
He's
Definitely heard of script work.
Devo the Ambivert is actually my best friend. I call him my brother on the platform and just in life. And he's top 5 most intelligent people I've ever met in my life. And he's 25 years old.
Actually, I do know who this is. He's commented on a few of my songs actually. Yeah, he is dope.
He shows a lot of love to other channels and stuff. He's a real one. He's one of the very few real ones. But he's
Yeah,
a
shout
real
out to
one.
Devo. Shout out to Devo. I didn't even. I'm gonna have to check out his stuff now. I'm gonna subscribe to him right now, actually,
Yeah,
because he's
Devo.
definitely showing up to me, and I'm gonna give it back for sure.
Awesome. Thank you. Devo is, he grinds his ass off. He works so hard, and he's so underrated. He does not get the love and support he deserves, and it pisses me off.
Yeah, I'll have
So,
to check out because he definitely lives very constructive comments too on my stuff that I've noticed. So yeah,
oh yeah, he's dope. He's the one that told me about that daylight freestyle. He said, "Oh, sis, it's the freestyle of the year so far." And I'm like, well, damn, if Devo is saying it, then I need to check it out. So I reacted to it right after that, and he was absolutely fucking right. I was like, damn. So
yeah,
yeah, Devo is really amazing. So you said Recognize is your favorite song by you. If you
yeah. I just really like the beat, and I just really like the song. It's just
would
really
you want
smooth.
me to react to that? Like pick a song you would want me to react to.
Oh, okay, okay. So songs to react to. Okay, that's a little
Oh
bit.
God, you're
Okay,
gonna give me a bar challenge. Here
let
we
me
go.
see. Let me. Okay. So Big Flex Part Three.
Hey, that
It's not my favorite song, but I think rapping wise, I think I did a really good job on that song.
what's it called?
Big Flex Part Three, and that has a
Big
music video to it.
Big Flex Part 3. Why not Recognize?
I don't know. It's just an older song. Like it's really old, and Big Flex Part Three is a little is it more so encompasses what I'm capable of now, if that makes sense.
Got you.
Um, so yeah, I would probably say that one. Hop to it. People really like that song. It's more of a club B track kind of, but I'm definitely barring out on that song.
What's it
So
called
probably
again?
that one's called Hop to It, but the two is an actual two.
Pop
So either one of those songs, I would say.
Okay.
And I shot the music video on my honeymoon cruise.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
On which one?
a hop to it.
Honeymoon cruise. That way I can say that in the reaction.
That's right. That's right.
Okay. That was
Yeah, that'll be
funny.
greatly
You
appreciated.
you got excited. You was like, oh shit, let me see. Which one do I got with the most bars in? It's
Yeah, I
funny.
just checked the archives.
It's funny because people want to try to trip me up and and it makes people happy when I miss their bar. Which is actually a compliment, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a compliment. So
I remember when you did
the
so
cipher,
when you did when you did the cipher, you literally caught every single one of my bars that I had on there, which was crazy to me. Um,
really, all
yeah,
of them.
I was like, she literally caught every single one. That is wild. And then even when you did the I get it, you caught most of them. I think you missed one, and that was it. That was it. And I had a lot of bars in that song. So yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Wow, thank you. If y'all haven't checked out that cipher, Epic Ish Cipher, check it out. It's dope. Who is your dream collab?
My dream collab. I don't know if you're gonna like this answer. I don't know how you feel about Drake, but I mean, from a song standpoint, probably Drake. From a rap standpoint, yeah, Eminem's too obvious of an answer, so I'm gonna go with King Crooked because he's shouted me out on his Twitter, and that was like the best day of my life, low key, because
Yeah,
he is my biggest influence as far as like how I write, probably by far. When I first heard him in Slaughterhouse,
that's a good influence. He's in
yeah,
my
so like,
top 5. He's so
yeah,
underrated,
he's
so
so
underrated.
good, yeah. And so if I was ever able to get on a song with him, that would like be to like high school me would lose my mind. So yeah,
That's awesome. I already know the answer to this. What came first, rapping or reacting? That was rapping, because you already told me you started rapping at 14. When did you start
yeah,
doing reactions and why?
yeah. So I randomly discovered No Life Shack. And it was really weird because
Most
I
people do. That's
yeah.
crazy.
But what's weird is so there's another artist that I just saw on Spotify. His name is Shaq is Dope, and I thought because I think I went to go try to follow that artist on Instagram, and I thought No Life Shaq was Shaq is Dope, and so
Oh,
I just mixed the two completely. Completely, I was completely
you
wrong
got
about it.
him.
But
Yeah.
yeah, but then when I went to No Life Shack's channel, then I was like, oh wait, people react to music. How does this work? And then like I dove into that realm and was like, oh, this is sick. And
Yeah, you
then
go down that
yeah,
wormhole.
I went down the rabbit hole. I was like, wait, this is kind of cool. And then I saw that Crypt did reactions, and I didn't know this because I had already heard him on the Death to Mumble Rapper song, and so
Yeah.
and I remember I wanted to get him on a song. I had wanted him on a song for like years prior to the cipher that I had, and I didn't know that he reacted. So then I was like, well, he's reacting and he raps. Why can't maybe I should do that? So then I started doing even more research and saw that like Dwayne Jackson did it, Joey Nato, and
Just
just like
about
saw a whole bunch.
everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was just noticing that a lot of the like rappers in the YouTube space were doing it and were gaining fan bases off of it, and it looked fun. So then I tried it, loved it, and have kept doing it since.
How long have you been reacting?
Coming up on 2 years.
And you've got
Coming
how
up
many subscribers?
31,000. Yeah,
Look at
31,000. Yeah.
you. You blowing me out the water.
I
Out,
mean,
out the water. You
yeah,
deserve it
and the
though. You deserve it though.
thing is though, like right now, I've had to kind of take a little bit of a break from that bigger channel to kind of build up my second channel, but I'm starting to get back into trying to.
What's your second channel?
The other one is Straw Hat Boys, and that's more like based on like anime because I love anime,
Oh
so I
yeah,
wanted to make.
I don't know shit. Not a nothing about anime.
You
Not
said
a
that in the I get it reaction. I
yeah,
was
yeah.
yeah,
All I know is Pokemon Pikachu is yellow.
He is yellow.
And
He is yellow.
I think Pikachu does the little shock thing.
Yeah.
And I've heard of, don't know shit about them, but I've heard of Dragon Ball Z.
Yes.
That's literally all I know.
How old is your son?
15. He don't like anime either.
He doesn't watch anime. He's 15. Dang.
He don't like it.
Dang. This younger generation, because I mean I teach 5th grade, and so
That's what
they
I was
all
fixing to ask you. Aren't you a teacher? Yeah.
they all watch anime, like all of them, even the girls.
Jack
Even the girls watch anime.
Jackson, he said a lot of his friends are really into it, but he just can't get into it. He don't like it at all. So
Hang on, I'm
I
super
guess
anime. I
like
wanted to make
mother, like son.
yeah, but
he's
yeah,
he's a video gamer though. He's real
oh,
into video
yeah.
games. Fucking Minecraft, bruh. I hate that game so much.
Yeah, I could never get into that one.
Why? I'm like,
Yeah,
you run around building shit. What? Why?
for hours. Yeah, it's not me.
We got into a little debate about Minecraft. It's funny. Look, I said I like stuff like Super Mario Bros, Pac-Man, Tetris, Galaga. He's like, Mom, those are all from the 80s. And I'm like, well, I'm from the 80s.
Yeah. You see, that's the thing. Like with me, I like Super Smash Bros. And
He likes
Call of Duty.
that. I don't allow him to play first person shooter games. So they got ratings for a reason.
They do. They are there for a reason. That's the thing. Like my students don't come to me like, "Yo, like what gun do you use in Call of Duty?" I'm like, "Why do you play that? Like your parents
Yeah.
let you play." But but it is what it is.
Yeah. Well, and me, being a school shooting survivor,
Um,
that plays a big role in it.
mhm.
Now, of course, first person shooter games weren't even invented back then when the school shooting happened. However, I love to torture my PTSD self, and I watch a shit ton of true crime, and I've researched every single mass shooting that's ever happened ever in America, and especially school shootings.
Mhm.
And these days, all you gotta do is research it. All of them, if they don't themselves, will say they played those first person shooter games, and the mind is still not fully developed at that age at 12, 13, 14, 15. It's not fully developed. And
Yeah.
if that's all you do is sit around and in a game you're just shooting people, and the more people you kill, you win. Like,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
some kids, not all, but some have difficulty distinguishing reality from the game, or if I do this in real life, there will be consequences. The people won't come back,
Mhm.
and stuff like that. So now I'm pretty lenient on him about music. He can pretty much, like, I let him listen to rap. I let it, it just depends. You know what I'm saying? But I finally let him watch 8 Mile not too long ago. But he had to cover his eyes during 2 parts.
I know what part you're talking about. So
Yeah, 2 parts.
yeah,
But other than that, I let him watch it, and he loved that movie. He absolutely loved it. So,
it's a good
but
movie.
yeah, I just, you know, I don't want to tell other parents how to parent their kids. I just don't think it's a good idea to allow your 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-year-old kid play first person shooter games. Those ratings, like I said, are there for a reason. So, just my opinion. So, okay, you're on both sides. You're a reactor and you're an artist.
Yes.
What are, as far as when it comes to your music, what are your thoughts on reactions versus long bar breakdowns? Because to me, there's a difference between a reaction and a bar breakdown, and it's no shade to the people that are the entertainers who do like reactions, who just kind of bob their head, listen to the song, pause it maybe 2 or 3 times, and then at the end say that was fire, whatever, and then like, comment, share, subscribe, peace,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
and then there's me with my 30, 45 minute long ass video.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on both of those?
Yeah. Well, on the long form breakdown side of things, I think those are important. There's obviously an audience for them because people are searching for them, and it makes sense. Not everybody is a rapper, and not everybody knows how to rap, and so for most people, it's nice to have a person who's knowledgeable of rap tell them, yo, this is what happened here. This is why this person said it here. And so that's why I think like you and Knox Hill are like really good at doing that and breaking things down as to what the intent of certain things are. And I guess from a just regular reaction standpoint, if you're not entertaining, then you really are just capitalizing off of the other person's song. That's how I've always felt. So
Yeah, I don't understand that. It's like, bro, why would anybody want to watch somebody just listen to a song? You could just go watch the music video or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
the
So like
fuck?
if you're gonna do that, you gotta bring some kind of entertaining value. So like
Something.
I think yeah. So for instance, like No Life Shack. But the thing with him though is that he's actually really good at catching bars. I think he's underrated in catching bars, but his main thing is entertaining. If you're gonna do
Yeah,
it, study him and the way that he does that. So I try to like do a mixture of both. So like
I
I
do
try to be
too. I do
yeah,
too.
so I try to be entertaining, but then also like give like perspective from the artist's standpoint of why this part is really good. Or a lot of times, what I try to do is like be like, if you want to do something like this, this is what you can do to try to emulate that. But yeah,
Yeah, you did that when you reacted to my song Pain Music. You
mhm,
said she stayed with pretty much with the same cadence, which is smart. And if you're just starting out,
yeah,
and
yeah,
I love that kind of stuff. And I love constructive criticism and feedback like that because I want to know, I
mhm,
want that.
yeah,
I know I'm not on nobody's level when it comes to rapping. I'm not dumb. You know what I mean? But if you look back from like I have a playlist of everything I've ever written and rapped
mhm,
or the challenges I've done, all that on my channel. Bruh. If you look back at the first thing I ever rapped
mhm,
to now, it's crazy. The difference is,
yeah. The progress, yeah,
yeah, it's
nice,
crazy.
yeah.
Like,
I mean, you definitely got bars though. You definitely got bars. I mean, there's definitely quite a few like clever bars that you put in your songs for sure, for
yeah,
sure.
even when I'm talking about something very serious, I always try to incorporate punchlines and entendres and stuff because I love writing and I love that stuff. So yeah,
Yeah.
because like with the pain music, it was a lot of medical bars and stuff
Hmm. Hmm.
that I incorporated in it.
Yeah.
So when did you discover reactions? Like when was it that you just were you like when you found Olive Shack or whatever? And
It had to have been a year into me actually rapping, so probably was it during COVID? Yeah, must have been during COVID that I yeah found out about reactions. And I know the reactions have been around for a while, but yeah, I guess I was a late discoverer, if that makes
oh
sense.
no, I was too. I mean, I was a nurse for 20 plus years,
Mhm.
and I worked anywhere from 12 to 14-hour shifts, night shift from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. I never got
Mhm.
off at 7 a.m. So more like 8, 9, 10 a.m. And
Yeah.
then, I would work 4, 5, sometimes 6 nights a week. And then the time I was off was all about my son.
Mhm.
And during that time, first, my little brother was really sick with brain cancer, so I helped take care of him. Then my big brother got sick
Mm.
with end stage cirrhosis of the liver, so I helped take care of him. So I didn't have a whole lot of time to just sit and watch
Yeah.
videos and stuff like
Mhm.
that. And then when I had to quit nursing due to my health in November 2018, and I sank into that deep, dark hole of depression and lost my home, and me and my son had to move in with my mother. It was not even a year after my big brother had passed away in that house, which
Oh, wow.
was very traumatic for me.
Yeah.
It was comforting for my mom because, to her, that's where they built their bond back and had memories and things of that nature. To
Yeah.
me, it was watching my big brother suffer and be sick and pass
Yeah.
away. And it was just, I didn't want to live there at all, but I didn't have a choice. And so we had to move in there, and I sank in a deep, dark hole of depression. I isolated myself in my bedroom there. It's the house, if you go back and watch like my first year of reactions, it's that house. It was around springtime of 2019 when I discovered reactions. I was binge watching Eminem, imagine that, uh, concerts and like interviews and stuff, you
Mm.
know? And then all of a sudden, No Life Shack popped up in my recommended.
Oh,
And
no live track. Yep.
yeah, but it said Eminem. And I'm like, fuck is that? You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah.
But it said Eminem. So I'm like, fuck it. And I clicked on it, and I think it was his reaction to, I can't remember. But anyway, I went down the wormhole of watching all of Shaq's Eminem reactions, laughing my fucking ass off, which I
Yeah.
desperately needed. And then script work popped up in my recommended. And I'm like,
Mm.
oh shit. So this is like a thing.
Yeah.
So I click on that. And they had the different approach where they like broke bar, like Shaq can break bars down, and he used to do it a lot more than he does now.
Oh, really?
But script work was really like breaking bars down, and then I started searching Eminem kill shot reactions. That's what I wanted to see, everybody's reaction
Mhm.
to kill shot. So then, I found Law Twins and all these other.
Mm. Yep.
And I would watch them. The thought would briefly cross my mind, very briefly. I could do that. Then I'd be like, nah, look at me. I'm too fat. My teeth, very, low self esteem. And it was my normal night. I got on YouTube to binge watch reactions, and it said script work was live. And I had no idea
Mm.
what the fuck that meant. I didn't even know what live meant,
Yeah.
but I clicked on it and I seen the chat going, and that they're sitting there on their little love seated couch or whatever it is.
Mhm.
And I'm like, what the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
at that point, I was just April G. And I just typed in, what's up? This is my first live. So I said, And then Lim and Marcus, script work, were like, "What's up, April G? Welcome." And I went,
Hey,
"Holy shit, they just talked to me." Like,
yeah,
I was like, "What is going on?" And then after a little bit, and the chat was real nice and stuff, and I was like, "This is dope as hell." And
yeah,
I said, "Fuck it," and I typed in, thinking about starting my own reaction channel, but very hesitant. That's what I said.
mhm,
And I forget which one of them said it, but one of them said, "Shit, April G, ain't nothing to it but to do it," you know? And the chat was saying, "We need more female bar catchers. We need more female bar catchers. There ain't hardly any," blah, blah, blah. And that
yeah.
was Friday night, November 9th, 2019. And I started my channel the very next day as soon as I woke up.
Dang, dang.
So that's why I always say No Life Shack was my inspiration, because that's how I was introduced and inspired.
The
And
whole book, yeah.
then script work was my motivation,
Mhm,
because them and that chatter who motivated
yeah,
me to just say fuck it. And I didn't know shit, because I don't know nothing about technology. Nothing.
yeah. That's cool. Like,
Yeah, the first 4 months of me reacting, I didn't even know how to pull up music video. I was literally reacting to Spotify. It was just my ugly
oh dang,
ass on the
yeah,
screen, and I had my big brother's old ass computer that had a
mhm.
built-in webcam. The video quality was horrible, and it was, but hey, I did it, and I took that leap of
You gotta
faith.
start somewhere, you know.
And so, I just, like to tell people, if you're thinking of doing it, just do it. We all start somewhere, and eventually you'll build up and get bigger and bigger until, you'll get a new webcam, you'll get a microphone, you'll get the equipment, you'll get, I mean,
Yep.
I didn't have headphones. I didn't have nothing, but
Mhm.
that old computer of my brother's, and here I am now. So I mean, you just
We are
never know,
now. Hey, yeah,
you
exactly.
know.
And yeah, I mean that's a big thing. Like I feel like a lot of people when they are like, oh, I want to do this, but I don't know, or I'll do it one day. Like, no, you just like for people who are watching this, if you're thinking about doing something and it's like a big step, it's like a big thing, do it now. Like just do it. Like there's
Do it.
yeah, there's no other I don't know, there's nothing to add to that. Just do it now.
Yeah.
And
No
you'll make yourself later
excuses.
for it. Yeah.
It doesn't matter what equipment you have. I know people that started with just their phones. You can do it. If I
Yeah.
can do it, you can do it. If 3 years ago, if you would have looked at me and said, "You're going to be a YouTuber," I'd have laughed in your face. I'd have been like, "Ha, that's funny." Or you're going to be interviewing somebody that's in your top 5.
Yeah.
There, I'd have been like, "Okay." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you just never know. You just never know. Okay. Your biggest influences and inspirations for your music. You said King Crooked.
King Crooked for sure. Drake when it comes to music making. Kanye West. I'm not the biggest fan of his most recent music, but
Mm-hmm.
definitely like older Kanye West
Mm-hmm.
had a big influence on me. And Lil Wayne. Yeah,
That's a
Lil Wayne.
good, yeah.
Especially in high school, because that was when he was like at his peak.
Popping, yes.
That oh my gosh.
Cash money.
His
Cash
peak, I don't
money.
think anybody can touch Lil Wayne's peak, man. That when he was in his prime, he was on everything. And
Oh
whenever
my
he dropped
God.
whenever he dropped, me and like all the people that I was friends with, we would drop everything just so we could just quickly listen to it and
Yeah.
just like it was an event whenever he made some new music. So definitely Lil Wayne. And right now, I feel like as an adult and a more like mature rapper, I appreciate Eminem
Mhm.
a lot more now than I used to when I was first rapping.
Mhm.
So I would say that from an influential standpoint, right now, I would have to put Eminem in there now, for sure. So yeah, King Crooked, Drake, Lil Wayne, Eminem, and
Kanye.
Kanye West. Yeah.
So my next question is, who are your top 5? Is it the same?
No. So no, at least as far as rappers are concerned, I can't have Drake and Kanye West on my top 5 because I mean, they're good, but they're not like great rappers. So, um, but definitely, but definitely King Crooked, Lil Wayne, and Eminem are in my top 5 for sure. Tech Nine is in my top 5, and probably either Jay Z or Biggie.
Mhm.
Biggie's one of the only rappers who I've ever heard who's had a song with Eminem where I feel like they out rapped him. I think Eminem has out rapped every single person he's ever been on a song with except for Biggie. So
You know what? I've never heard the song with him and Biggie. I need
Dead
to
Wrong? Oh, you
I
gotta
need
listen to Dead Wrong.
I I
God,
I
listen to that
need to
song.
react to that. I
Yeah,
need to react to that.
it is
Uh,
incredible. Like Biggie went off on that song. Like I was like, wow,
I need
because
to hear
when I
it
first heard it, I was
because
like, I don't know if anybody's capable of beating Eminem on a song. Then I heard it and I
right.
was like, oh well, Biggie can, I guess,
Uh, uh,
or could.
now that you said that, I'm gonna be doing that real soon. Let me write that down. Dead. I know it's called Dead Wrong. I've been
Yeah,
knowing about it, and I might put it on and be like, "Oh, I've heard this." You know what I mean? But
yeah, yeah. Well, I don't want to give any crazy thing away, but just what I would say is from a technical standpoint, Eminem definitely he's I mean he still had a crazy
right,
verse. Like the shock factor of what Biggie was saying was just on another
okay.
level. Yeah.
Oh,
Um,
gotcha.
but yeah, so for me, a tie then is definitely between Jay Z and Biggie.
My top 5 in order is Eminem, Tupac, Tech Nine, King Crooked, and everybody always gives me hell about this one. I don't care. NF.
NF is in your top 5. Dang,
Yes.
I mean NF is good.
I love
I don't know.
NF. But that 5 changes here and there because sometimes I could throw Kendrick Lamar in there. I
Yeah,
can throw Lil Wayne in there. I can throw Joyner Lucas in there. I can throw there's several people. Oh my god. I love T.I. I've always been a big T.I. fan. I love T.I.
that's a good pick. I think he's underrated as far
Lo-
as like his lyricism. He's really good at rapping. He doesn't get enough credit.
Ludacris.
Oh yeah,
Ludacris.
yeah.
Oh, I love Luda. Busta Rhymes. It's so many. So many. But with NF, it's one, I'm a sucker for substance. And NF is all about
Oh,
some
yeah, that's
substance.
all. Yep. That makes sense. Yeah.
And every song, I mean, it's substance. There might be a couple here and there that, like, bruh, his song "That's a Joke."
That's a really good song. I don't think people talk about that song enough. I remember
I
when I made the reaction, I was like, yo, people don't talk about this song enough because this is crazy.
I did a
Yeah.
cover of that. That's the hardest cover I've ever done in my
Mhm.
entire fucking life.
Dang.
That second verse, as
Yeah.
fast as he spits,
Mhm.
oh my gosh. And I respect the fact that he doesn't cuss. I respect that a lot. Of course, cussing don't bother me at all, but I respect it. His song "How Could You Leave Us?" Oh my god,
Mhm.
that's a masterpiece.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's a true story makes it even better. And I hate that happened to him. Don't get me wrong. And
Yeah.
R.I.P. to his mother. And plus, I can relate to it, because I'm a recovering pill addict.
Mhm.
So, needless to say, when I reacted to that, I bawled my eyes out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he's amazing. But there's a sentimental value for me with NF because my little brother Jordan who passed away from brain cancer when he was 21 in 2015. One of the last things that we did together before he had his 6th brain surgery. And that brain surgery went terribly wrong, and the neurosurgeon accidentally injured his hypothalamus, which is like the control center of your brain. It controls everything. And he had to learn how to speak again, eat again, walk again, use the bathroom on his own, and everything. But the last thing, and he was never the same again. After that surgery, he lost his short-term memory completely. He thought he was still in high school. Thank God he still knew who we all were. Thank God.
Yeah.
I'm so very grateful for that. But he thought he was in high school. He reminded me of like an Alzheimer's dementia patient, you know?
Yeah.
Where you can remember back in the day, but you can't remember what happened 5
Right now.
minutes
Yeah.
ago. Yeah, he was like that for the last 9 months of his life. So, but it was maybe a week before he had that surgery. One of the last things we did together, just me and him by ourselves. We were riding around in Decatur, Alabama. That's where I'm originally from. And that's where my stepmom and my dad lived. It's about an hour from where I live now here in Tennessee. And he's who introduced me to NF. And one of the last things we did together was ride around and try to memorize the words to one of NF's songs.
Yeah.
Called I'll Keep On, which is definitely one of my favorite NF songs. And it's not just that reason why I put him in my top 5, but that plays a big role in it because
which is understandable.
Now he had introduced me to NF about a year prior to that. So, and I really enjoyed NF, and I think he's extremely talented and extremely underrated. I really do. So, yeah. But I always get the same reaction usually when I say NF. People are like, really? NF? What? Yeah. But yeah. All right, next, I'm just going to ask you really quickly a list of your favorites. And if you can answer it, cool. If you can't, cool. I know some of them, there's no fucking way in hell I could answer it. So I understand if you can't. Your favorite movie?
Little Rascal.
Really?
Yeah, that movie is amazing. I know all the words of that movie. I know
that.
all the words of that movie. Like it
That's
has super nostalgic for me.
I
love
that movie. Oh, Darla.
Yeah, that movie is fire. Like I will figure out ways to like get my kids to like earn to be able to watch that movie so I can watch it.
I love that. You are so beautiful.
Iconic scene, that whole thing.
I got $1. Bro, I know the movie too. I know it too. So you're not alone in that. I love that. That's awesome. Now, with me, this is not my favorite movie, but it means a lot to me, and I love the movie, The Lion King.
Yeah.
I collect Funko Pops.
Hey, you already know what it is. Let's go.
Yeah, let's get. Yeah, I got them. Look.
Oh, damn! Yeah, that's the whole thing. Yeah.
The whole wall back there. I hate that you can't see the whole wall in my reactions. It bothers me. But then I'll turn the camera around. Hold up. Right there.
More on the side, yeah.
There's SpongeBob, Squidward, and Patrick because my son loves SpongeBob. And then on this wall right here, Okay, that cross was at my little brother's funeral. But if you see on the right, there's all the main Lion King characters.
Yeah. You got Lion
And
King and Toy Story. Nice.
and then
Yeah.
Toy Story on the left, and then at the very top of Toy Story, that's Albert Einstein. That Albert Einstein picture, my big brother was an artist. He drew
So
that.
nice. That's sick. Yeah.
So yeah, and then Sissy, that's what my little brother called me, and then their obituaries and stuff. So yeah. But so my little brother used to make me watch The Lion King over and over and over, like on repeat, the VHS.
Yeah.
And I'm like you with Little Rascals. I know every word to that
Yeah.
movie. Like, and he used to always be like, Sissy, say the words, Sissy, say the words. You know, he would want me to say the words and stuff.
I like Lion King a lot. That would
Yeah.
have been that was one of my top movies that I would watch when I was a kid for sure.
And then he loved Toy Story as well. So yeah. My favorite movie though is I like Life with Eddie Murphy and Martin.
Oh yeah, that's a good movie.
I
Yeah.
love that movie comedy wise. And then
Mhm,
also Boys in the Hood is one of my favorites as well.
mhm.
I love Scarface. I love the movie Flight with Denzel Washington.
Yeah, that's a good movie too.
It's the best portrayal of an addict alcoholic that I've ever seen in a movie ever. So yeah, your favorite TV show?
Oh man, probably Game of Thrones prior to season 8. Yeah, I would have to say that one. Even though the ending was awful, I
You know,
remember when it was
I've never seen that.
okay. So even if you're not into like like medieval shit, which I mean honestly I'm not really, but
I'm not
that
either, but
show
I want to
was
see it.
amazing.
But
That show was amazing.
I don't have HBO, and I can't
Uh,
afford to pay the extra like $16 a month
yeah,
right
there's so
now.
many
So
different streaming sites, so that makes sense. But if you ever get the opportunity to watch it, it's incredible. That is peak television. So probably that, just because when it was out prior to the last season, I told myself this is the best show I've ever seen by far. But
but
also
then
like
the
The Office,
last season pissed you
and the
off.
last season was terrible. Last season was so bad. Uh, but the I can't I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's still the best show I've ever seen. But I really like The Office just because it's just really good, just like background television. It's always funny. There's never not.
That's on my list to binge watch when I get a chance. The Office. That was my big brother's favorite show. That and Big Bang Theory. I've never seen either one. So I want to watch The Office. I know I would love it. So
Solid show. Yeah. Yeah, I'll go with those two for now until I think of another one.
a show that I is my favorite that's like still going on right now is, oh my god, The Handmaid's Tale.
I've heard that's good. I've never watched it though.
Oh my god, bruh,
Yeah.
it's on Hulu. I've watched all the seasons. Like it's, oh my god,
Yeah.
like
I know the main character was on Mad Men. 'Cause I used to
yes,
watch.
I love that. That was a good
Have you
show.
seen it? Yeah, yeah. Mad Men was good. I used to
I
watch that.
watched it on Netflix.
Yeah.
I like Breaking Bad. Amazing.
Yep. That show was fire. Yeah.
Dexter.
I've only seen a couple episodes, but I did like it when I watched it. Yeah.
Ooh. But the last season pissed me off. But
Dang.
it came back though. It's back. So I hadn't start watching it back. So I gotta start watching it back. I love Sons of Anarchy too. Shameless is great.
Shameless was good. Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Old school shows. I love Martin. I love Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Seen every episode of both of those.
Martin is my mom's favorite TV show. So whenever back when that show was like out, yeah, she would make us watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that show. And Fresh Prince. Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen every episode of both of those. So yeah. And another favorite TV show of mine is Nurse Jackie. It's on Netflix. It's about a nurse who's a drug addict. So obviously, I mean, I love that show, but I again fucking hated the way it ended. But
Yeah.
I hate it when shows do that shit. I'm like, bruh, that's how you're gonna end it, and then you get on Google, is season you know? Okay, what's your favorite non-religious book? I say that because you know a lot of people will say the Bible or the Quran or you know.
I'm not like a huge book reader, but let me think, because I mean,
I'm
I mean,
not either.
I've read a lot of comics, but let me go with one. I guess that they forced us to. I liked 1981 or 1984. Sorry, 1984 was good. We had to read that in school.
Hmm.
That was a crazy book. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that one for now. 'Cause
My
I've never been like a big book reader, honestly.
my favorite book is The Shack by William Paul Young. That book changed my entire life. Like seriously, like it changed the way I viewed the world. It helped me with my grief with my brothers. I've read it 4 times. Like
Dang.
I recommend everybody read that book. There's a movie out based on that book. The
Mhm.
movie's good, but it don't the book is so much better. And
Yeah, that
again,
seems encouraging.
I'm not a big reader either. Like, I'll read like even in school, bro. They would give us shit to read. I'd read the first chapter. If I wasn't into it after the first
Yeah,
chapter, I said, I ain't reading this shit. I'll get the Cliff
yeah.
Notes.
That's exactly what I would do. I'd read the clip notes and just
Yeah.
figure it out if I get tested on it.
One
I've
book.
never been. Yeah.
There was maybe a couple books that I did read the whole book in school that I loved. One was Of Mice and Men. That was a
Yep, that was
great
a good book. Yep. I have read that. We had to
cat.
read that for school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Catcher in the Rye, great book. And we actually had to read The Hobbit.
That was a school
Yeah,
book.
yeah.
That's sick. I read that in sixth grade.
I
Um,
I was in honors English, and
mhm.
it was my senior year, and she had us read The Hobbit. I didn't think I'd like it because I don't like the Lord of the Rings and all that shit. I do not like. I tried, but I can't.
Yeah,
I'm just like no. But that book was damn good. I loved
yeah, The
that
Hobbit was
book.
fire.
That
I
was
haven't seen the movie, but I've read the book and I liked it.
there's like 6 movies of it.
Yeah,
It's crazy. Just like I hate Star Wars and all. I can't stand that shit. I don't like it. I'm not into that kind of stuff.
I mean ones, but I like the old ones for sure. I liked all the old ones, but the new ones aren't that good. But I do like the Mandalorian. That's a good show. That's just a
What?
good show.
What?
The Mandalorian. I mean, it's a Star Wars show, but it's
Oh.
not with. I mean, yeah, I don't know. You probably
Yeah.
won't watch it, but it's good.
I don't like sci-fi at all.
Yeah, me
Like
neither. Honestly, I mean, sci-fi
at all.
usually is pretty boring, but I do like if there's action in it.
And
And
like
Mandalorian,
Star Trek, you remember
yeah,
that?
never got into that. I never understood why people like that show.
Me
I
neither.
tried. I
I
tried
I
liking it,
did too.
and I was like, why do people like? What is the appeal here?
Right, exactly. My
Yeah.
stepdad loved that show. And I was like, well, it must be pretty good because he's always watching this shit.
Mhm.
I'm gonna try it. And I'm like, this
Yeah,
is
it's super good.
terrible.
Yeah,
And then my guilty pleasure is reality shows. Love them. All the housewives of every city, all the love and hip hops and loving basketball and all that shit, like Bad Girls Club, all that shit. That's my guilty pleasure. It's ratchet and I love it. I laugh my ass off. I laugh my ass off at them crazy bitches fighting and shit.
My wife is into like The Bachelor and Big Brother, and so we
Yeah,
naturally I watch it because
yeah,
she watches it.
yeah.
So yeah, so yeah, we be watching reality shows sometimes. Yeah.
I like The Bachelor, Bachelor Paradise,
Yep.
Bachelorette.
Yep.
Yep. I like
Everybody that's coming up.
The Voice. I like The
Yep.
Voice.
The voice is good. We're about to watch Dancing with the Stars.
I love Dancing with
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Stars. Yeah. And
We'll do that.
So You Think You Can Dance. I
Hmm.
love that show. Like love all those. All that. Love it all. My son hates reality TV. Hates it. But I love it.
Well, see, the thing is with me, like I try, like I'm like at least from this standpoint, I'm like the stereotypical husband who will like be like, yeah, I'm not watching this shit, and
And
then
then you get into
and then
it.
I'm into it, and then I start asking questions, and then she's like, see, it happens all the time. It happens all the time. So like at this point, I can't even deny it. Like I'd be watching Bachelor.
It's funny, ain't it?
Yeah,
It's entertaining. Oh, I love that stuff though. It's hilarious.
yeah.
Hilarious. Okay, your favorite comedian.
Ooh, that's a good question.
You know,
So
I love stand-up comedy. I don't know if
yeah,
you've ever seen any of my stand-up voiceovers I do on Instagram. I do stand-up voiceovers on
mhm.
TikTok. That's what I do over there.
Okay,
And
yeah.
so if you ever get bored or whatever, I don't know if you're on TikTok, but if you're not, I've posted most of them on Instagram.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll check out your TikTok. I got TikTok. Got a little TikTok going. Let me think. Because recently I started getting like really into comedy. Like
I
now I go to shows and all that kind of
love
stuff.
it.
Yeah, I love comedy. It's almost like just real quick before I like give my favorite. It's I like to think that it's similar to rap in the sense of well from the performance aspect and just the way that they have to approach it. I definitely respect that craft greatly.
Absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
and they have to write and,
Yep.
and come up with original and new material.
Yeah.
And you know how hard that
Yeah.
must be, especially for
Yeah.
people who's been doing it for like Dave Chappelle and all
Yeah.
them.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'd probably say I really like Eddie Murphy. I know that he hasn't like done one
Oh, I
in a long
love Eddie
time.
Murphy.
Yeah, I don't think I've even though he doesn't have a lot of stand-ups, his the two that I've watched, I don't know if he has any other ones, but the two that I've
Raw.
watched made me laugh the most out of all of them. Yeah, what was it? Raw and Delirious.
Uh-huh.
Those are like yeah, those were amazing. I would probably say Eddie Murphy's my favorite, just because his two stand-ups were
I've done a few Eddie Murphy bits on
mhm,
TikTok. I love it. It really helps with my depression. Like it really does. Like I
mhm,
love it. I love it. But I'm such a perfectionist that I have to make sure my lips are in perfect
think
sync.
yeah,
And it's harder with some comedians than others. Like for instance, Kevin Hart. He talks very fast,
I can see.
so and then how people talk with a lot of ad libs sometimes, like Eddie Griffin
Mhm.
says, you know what I mean, a lot.
Wow.
Bill Burr says, a lot, and the uhs and ahs and just
Yeah.
things like that, so
I just got into Bill Burr this year. I've never watched any stand up from him until this year, and I did a couple reactions on him and was like, wow, this guy's hilarious.
he's amazing.
Yeah.
He's amazing. I've done a lot of Bill Burr. My favorite would probably be, it's hard for me to say a favorite, but I love Dave Chappelle. I love Richard Pryor, RIP.
Yep.
Eh,
RIP.
I
The horse.
love Robin Williams, R.I.P. Cat Williams, Kevin Hart, Bill Burr, Gary Owen is hilarious.
We saw him live. I've seen Gary Owen live. He was hilarious, and I saw Eddie Griffin live. He was the last one I saw live, I think.
Eddie Griffin's
Hilarious.
one of my favorites.
Hilarious.
Bro, I just did a 9-part Eddie Griffin thing on my TikTok called Bible Stories. And I'm a believer, but I have a sense of humor and I understand comedy is comedy. And so I don't take things to heart. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, bro, if you can't take a joke and understand this is comedy, get the fuck out of here. Like, don't listen to it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But I did his Bible Stories thing, and oh my God, it's so funny. It is so funny. He said Jesus was up on the cross still talking shit. And he's like, I'll be back in a couple of days. These little nails don't mean shit.
Yeah.
And he said, John seen him walking down the road. Jesus, that you? It ain't Peter, motherfucker. You know? And he said, Jesus was sitting around the Lord's Supper Godfather style. He said with his homies. He said back then they called them apostles, his homies, his partners, his road dogs, eating up his shit. He said that Jesus was scoping them out. I know one of you motherfuckers snitched on me. I'm gonna let you slide because it's all part of my father's plan. But if it wouldn't, I'd be whooping your monkey ass. Like,
I can already see that with the way that you talk. That'd be funny.
Oh no, I'm lip syncing.
Yeah.
So I lip sync. I didn't even know that was a thing. Like when I started my TikTok last year, I didn't know what the hell I was gonna do. I had no clue what I was gonna do on TikTok. No, didn't know. And I found myself on the comedy side of TikTok. And I seen that it was a popular as hell thing to do these voiceovers or lip syncing or whatever you want, to comedy bits. And I'm like, well, damn, I could do that. And so I started doing that. And now, hell, in like just a little over a year, I've almost got 10,000 followers on TikTok.
I was just about to ask what you're at right now.
And that's monetization status on TikTok when you get 10K followers. So
I'm gonna follow you right now.
I'm getting close. Now I do some music stuff on TikTok, but 95% of it's comedy.
I just followed you.
Thank you. I'll follow you back. Your favorite color?
Black or green.
Mine too. Mine's black. Mine's black.
Yeah.
Black, blue, red.
Yeah, I like black because I don't know. I wear black all the time. And then and then green just because I just like I like money.
Your favorite music artist, any genre?
All time Stevie Wonder.
Great one.
His music is incredible. His best songs, like just the way that he structures them, the lyricism in his songs, people don't give him enough credit for, and like the notes that he hits are just incredible. And I don't think, even though he's a legend and he's known as a legend, I honestly think he's still underrated. Like just how good he is or was. So yeah, him. And then rapper wise, all time, probably Lil Wayne, all time. Yeah.
Mine's Michael Jackson. I actually named my son after Michael Jackson. He was born on Michael Jackson's birthday. So nice. I named him Jackson. So Love Michael Jackson. I love Prince too, but there'll never be another Michael.
No.
Ever. I love him so much. Your favorite band?
I don't know if you've heard of them, but the Revolution is probably my favorite band. They're like a reggae kind of band, but it's
Mm-mm.
like with a bunch of white guys, but they're like really good. Um, they're really good. And okay, so I'm from Arizona, and I don't know if you've ever been to Arizona or if you've
Mm-mm.
ever been to Flagstaff, but it's like when you think of Arizona, you're probably thinking desert,
Mm-hmm.
right? But there's one spot in Arizona where it's like a forest, nothing like what you would think it would look like. It's like
Uh-huh.
it basically looks like Denver, and that's where I went to college. And so, and a lot of us used to listen to this band, and so like they have just like a nostalgic um, kind of feel whenever I listen to them, and their music is really good. So either them or if I had to pick like an actual band, like a rock band, then probably Green Day.
Oh, I love Green Day.
Yeah,
My favorite is Queen though. I love Queen.
yeah.
Love
Queen
Queen.
is, yeah, Queen. Oh, okay, so I remember also in college. So I knew of older rock songs, but I didn't know who sang what. And so there was just like one day when I was like in one of my friends' dorm rooms, and they were playing Queen, and they were playing hit after hit, and I just didn't know that it was all Queen. And I
Queen,
was like,
yeah.
Queen made this, like Another One Bites the Dust when that came on. I was like, they
Yeah,
made that
and
song. Yeah, yep, I didn't know
we
that either. I
will
was like,
rock
man, they made
you.
so many great songs. Yeah,
And we are the
yep.
champion. Like a lot of people will say, "Oh, I don't know Queen," and then you start singing
You can play
those
a song and like,
songs,
oh,
and they're like, "Oh,
yeah,
damn, that's Queen."
yeah,
Yeah,
damn,
exactly.
hits,
Yeah,
hits.
of course,
Yeah,
my favorite though is Bohemian Rhapsody. I mean
yeah,
that
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 song.
that song is iconic. I mean,
Yeah.
bruh, my son loves that song too and knows every word. And
I could say that that's probably like, I don't even think that a whole lot of people would argue with me about this, but I think that's one of like the top 5 best songs ever. Like in
oh,
any genre
I
ever, probably
agree.
top 5. Yeah.
I agree.
That is a masterpiece of a song.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And the story behind him making it is amazing. I watched a video on that
Mhm.
a while back. It's tremendous. I
Yeah.
mean, tremendous. Now this one I could never answer ever. I would have to break it down into either genres or artists. But
Okay,
your favorite
let's do
song?
um okay. So my favorite song is No Diggity. Um
Really,
and
I love that
yeah.
song.
My favorite song is No Diggity, but there's nostalgic value to
No
that. So I
diggity.
mean when I was living,
No, that
yeah, that
that
song is
song
fire.
brings
Yeah.
back memories, bruh.
Yeah, so, like, my mom, when she would, drop us off to school, like, that was her favorite song, I'm pretty sure, because she would play it all the time, and so that is my favorite song, just because it has nostalgic value to that. That one and This Is How We Do It for the exact same reasons.
Ah,
Um, so yeah, prob those
you're
I would say,
going
like,
back to my junior high cheerleading days. We used to do dances to them songs.
yeah, I love that, I love both of those songs, like, yeah.
This is
If those
how
songs
we
come on,
do it.
and I know all those words to that song, yep,
I do too, both of
that's
them.
it,
It's Friday night
yep.
and I feel out. Yeah, I love it. Oh, that's crazy. I love that. And then how does No Diggity start? Diggity.
I like the way you work it,
Good.
no
No
diggity.
diggity. I like to
Yeah,
bag it up.
yeah,
Hey, yeah. All right.
yeah,
Your
that's my shit,
your
that's my
favorite.
shit.
I love it. I couldn't name my favorite. There's too many for
Yeah, that's
me.
fair.
There.
Like I said, for me, it's all nostalgia. I mean, the songs are great, but it's all nostalgia for me.
Yeah.
So
No, I
yeah,
mean, I love Bohemian Rhapsody. I love Billie Jean by Michael
mhm,
Jackson. I love oh my gosh, When Doves Cry by Prince.
that's a good song.
Oh, I love that song. And then Genuine remade
Mhm.
it and damn. It was amazing. Okay, your favorite genre of music?
R&B.
Mine too.
Yeah. Like I will, and I feel like this shocks most people when I tell them that, but
Me
I
too.
mean, I grew up listening to that, and even now when I listen to it, I get a better, like I just get a more, I guess a bigger feeling. I don't know. It stimulates more things
Yeah, yeah.
than rap, I guess.
I
But rap
get it.
is definitely a close second. But R&B is has to be number one for me.
That's what I was supposed to say. Hip hop is a very, very, very close second. They're like so close, they're hugging.
Yeah, yeah,
It's just like my top five with Eminem and Tupac. They're so close, they're hugging. You
yeah.
know, my favorite song by Tupac is so crazy. For years since that album dropped after he passed, R.I.P. Resurrection.
Mhm.
When that it's a movie and an album. When that dropped, the song Ghost by Tupac has
Mhm.
been my favorite song by Tupac. And I did not know until I started reacting. And I did a video about, I think I called it, Is Eminem an Underrated Producer or something like that? Because Eminem has produced a lot of fucking songs. Like,
Mhm.
he's very underrated as a producer. And so is Mr. Porter, Denon Porter, who was part of D12, Eminem's
Mhm.
now best friend.
Yeah,
R.I.P. Proof. But Eminem produced Ghost. I didn't know that.
okay.
And so
Yeah,
after I found that out, I said, "Well, damn, my two favorite." You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
that
Good
was
song, bro. That's good.
crazy to me. I was
Yeah,
like, "Wow." But yeah, my favorite genre is R&B too. I love it. I love it all. That it's 7 o'clock on the
yep.
dot. I'm
Hey,
in my drop top, cruising the streets. And then
hey.
the Lovers and Friends with Lil Jon,
Mm-hmm.
Luda. Uh,
Yep.
Lil
I was
Jon's
listening to that
verse.
song the other day.
I love it. Lil Jon's
Yeah,
verse kills me. He's so aggressive with it, and I love it. I've
yeah.
been know you for a long time, shawty,
So,
but
yeah.
fucking never crossed my mind. I love it. In the bathtub, rubber dubbing. I love it. Luda's verse is dope too. I
Yep.
love it. Your favorite car?
So when I had roommates and could afford it because I had roommates, um, I owned a Challenger, and I
Dodge.
yeah,
Dodge
yeah,
Challenger.
yeah, and I loved that car. Oh my gosh! But once I got older and decided to start making more smarter financial decisions,
Yeah.
I got rid of it. But like my one of my goals is to be able to buy it without it being like a financial burden. That's like a big thing to me. Like, so I want to be able to buy it again. And
What
but like
color? Was it black?
I had okay, so I'm not gonna lie, the one I had was nice. It was like a baby blue one, and I
Uh-huh.
had black rims already on it. It was so sick, and yeah, I felt like a badass when I was driving it. But it was like I
Hey.
said, it was a financial burden. So it was I definitely had to get rid of it the moment that I settled down. But yeah, I want to be able to buy that again. But I want to get like the Hellcat or the Demon because that's my favorite car so far.
Mine, it's weird. It's kind of like your story. So it was it because I settled down. I've never been married, but I love the 2013 Camaros.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a black one, and that was a badass
Yep.
bitch. My son was like 5 when I had it, and he called it the Batmobile because it kind of looks like a
Yeah, look like it.
Batmobile. And I love that car so much. Oh,
Mhm.
and I would love to have one again one day, but like you, the damn payment was like
Yeah.
$500 a month,
Yep.
and
Yep.
I'm like, bruh, I can't do rent, and I gotta give
Yep.
up something. I don't want to give up my car.
Yeah.
But I had to and got a Toyota Camry. But it's still nice. It's dark gray with tinted windows, and I got my little system in it and stuff still. So
Nice.
gotta have the system with the bass. Got to,
Gotta have the bass.
got
That's a
to.
necessity.
And my son knows if we get in the car, I'll put on a song, and he knows I'm not pulling off till that bass drops. As soon as the bass drops, then it's time to pull out. Watch everybody see us like.
Yeah.
Your favorite animal?
A hawk. Yep. Been my favorite animal since I was like 7.
Wow, mine are dogs and elephants.
Elephants are. I mean, I have a dog, so yeah. But
Oh,
elephants are
so
sick.
look, come here, Quinn. Come here, baby. Look, this is my dog,
Oh, hey,
Gracie.
slow guy,
Her.
little girl.
She's my nurse. She's my nurse. She's actually saved my life twice in the last year.
Oh, nice, nice.
Twice. It's weird. She's actually my mom's dog. I mean, she's all of our dog, but you know what I mean. Like my
Mhm.
mom bought her. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
I named her. My mom bought her, and she's 10, and she ain't but 3 pounds. And she used to be like right up under my mom. Everywhere my mom went, there she went. When
Mhm.
my mom went to bed, she went to bed. I mean, and then it's weird. When we moved here, ever since we've lived here,
Yeah.
she does not leave my side. Well, I think dogs sense things, is she knows I'm sick. So she look at it. She stays right up under me. Like if she's not right here in this chair with me, she's right up under my feet. Or I
Mhm.
have a chair right here, the zebra.
I can see it. Yeah,
Yeah, she'll be right there in that chair, but she
yeah.
she won't leave my side. She will not. So
That's true about the dogs, like being able to sense like when you're not well. Because definitely, like when I got COVID, both times, um, my dog Ace would not leave my side at all. Like he
yeah,
knew something was wrong. Yeah,
it's crazy, ain't it?
yeah,
She's trying to be on camera.
yeah.
I'm recording. You be good girl, lay down. I'm recorded. She knows what I'm recording means. It's weird. She's so smart. I don't know what I'd do without her. And then elephants. I just love elephants. Plus, I'm a huge Alabama fan. Roll Tide. So,
They
yeah.
won yesterday. That game was crazy.
I
That game was
didn't get to
crazy
watch
yesterday.
it. I didn't get to watch it.
We watched like the last. Well, we watched the last play. That was crazy. That was a crazy game.
I need to watch it. Your favorite food, as in like a dish, like a meal or whatever.
What gets me? I'm gonna go off of like what makes me the most excited when I get it. So probably a burrito, but it has to be enchilada style. So an enchilada style burrito is probably my favorite food. I because I eat it the most, and whenever I get it, I'm like, let's go. Let's yeah.
Mine is, and this is typically a southern thing I found, is homemade, not that stovetop shit. Homemade chicken and dressing
Mm,
with
yeah.
cranberry sauce. Oh my
Oh,
god.
with cranberry sauce.
Yes. Oh my bruh. I will smash it. And I love, love, love lasagna. Homemade lasagna.
Mhm.
Homemade lasagna. My mom makes the best lasagna you'll ever eat in your life. And I've
Yeah.
eaten a lot of different people's lasagnas, a lot of different restaurants' lasagnas, a lot of different frozen lasagna. Nothing tops my mom.
He's got it.
Nothing. Bruh. Okay, your favorite type of food, like cuisine.
Yeah. Probably soul food, so southern food, or Mexican food. Being in Phoenix is like we're spoiled when it comes to Mexican food, like everywhere here. So
Yeah,
really good Mexican food. So yeah, probably tied between those.
I love Italian would be my favorite, and soul food would be a very close second, probably.
Yeah,
So, your favorite non-alcoholic drink, like your go-to.
yeah. Shit, I don't know. I drink a lot of water, but I can't have water be my favorite drink. That's boring. So probably
A
I
lot of
okay.
people says water, so
Yeah, I don't know though. Probably I really like drinking pink lemonade. I don't
mm.
know why, but it just gets me. Like that's I don't
I'm
drink a whole lot of soda, so when I do drink a flavored drink, it's usually pink lemonade.
I make some bomb ass pink lemonade. Just
Yeah.
saying. I hate cooking. I'm not a cook at all,
Mhm.
but I do make the best pink lemonade and the best sweet tea ever.
Yeah.
My son said so. But mine is Mountain Dew. I'm a Mountain Dew girl. I think they put that shit in my sippy cup. Like I've been drinking that ever since I can remember. But it's weird. I probably haven't drank a Mountain Dew in like a month or more. I've been on a cherry Coke kick lately.
Uh, yeah. Like cherry coke is pretty good. So that makes sense.
That's what's in this cherry Coke over ice. I'm weird
Mhm.
too. Like with Mountain Dew, it must be in a can. I'm OCD as hell. It must be in a can. Must. Now, if I'm out somewhere, my only option is to get a 20-ounce bottle or whatever.
Mhm.
Okay, cool, whatever. But I very much prefer a can. But if it's
Yeah.
any other drink at all, it had other than now sweet tea, I don't want no ice in my sweet tea. I like it just cold out the fridge.
Mhm.
But any other drink, it has to be over ice with a straw. I'm weird. I'm OCD. I'm a weirdo, and I'm like the pickiest eater, drinker you'll ever meet in your whole life. Like it's crazy. Oh, and back to food too. I love pizza. I absolutely love pizza. So,
Pizza's a given. Can't go wrong with
yeah,
pizza.
bruh.
Can't go wrong with pizza.
Uh, your favorite restaurant?
Is there a Cafe Rio in Tennessee?
Mm-mm.
Damn, so I can't even explain it.
I
But
don't know
yeah,
if there's one in Tennessee. In my city, I can count on one hand how many sit down restaurants we have in my I have more subscribers than I do the population of my city.
dang. Hey, talk your shit though. Talk your shit. Flex real
So
quick. I mean, but yeah, okay, well that's fair. That's fair. Well, okay, so Cafe Rio. I mean, it's not really a sit down restaurant though. It's like it's kind of like Chipotle. Um, but
I've never eaten there. So
dang, okay, well Chipotle is really good too. But it's basically like Chipotle, but they have a little bit more options. That's my favorite place to eat.
we do have a
I eat at
pri
Cafe Rio twice a week.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying I eat at Cafe Rio twice a week, and it's
Oh,
still not. I'm still not sick of it.
we do have a private owned Mexican restaurant here. And it's
Mm,
I can't eat too much Mexican unless it's Taco Bell, which ain't really Mexican
Mexican.
because because I have bad acid reflux. And so, I don't do
Yeah,
spicy. I can't do spicy, but I love their cheese dip, the white cheese dip.
yeah,
Oh,
white queso. Yeah,
that shit is off the chain. My favorite restaurant is probably, which there's not one anywhere near me. The closest one is like an hour and a half away. Same with my second favorite, the Cheesecake Factory. I
Cheesecake Factory is good though.
love the cheese. They have the best pizza I've ever eaten in my life. They make homemade pizzas. Oh my god, is they're
Really,
amazing.
their pizza. I don't think I've ever had their pizza, but
Their
their menu is
pasta's
so
good.
big. I
Yeah.
sometimes get like overwhelmed by how many options they have. It takes me a while to pick because I know they have so much shit, and I know it's all good. So
Yeah,
like I'm like, what do I pick?
yeah.
Yeah,
And then my second favorite is Olive Garden. I love Olive Garden.
we had Olive Garden yesterday, and Olive Garden is very good.
I'm very
Oh,
jealous. I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. And I love Cracker Barrel too.
okay, now
So
Cracker Barrel's not my thing,
I like
but
Cracker Barrel. We got a lot of those in the South. A whole lot of those in the South.
yeah,
But
maybe it's better over there though. I'm gonna assume that it's better over there than it is over
it's amazing to me. But the closest one to my house is 45 minutes away. Well, I might could get there in 30 minutes maybe.
here. Mhm.
So, yeah. My city don't have a whole lot of
Dang,
restaurants to choose from.
yeah.
The biggest store we have is fucking Walmart, bro. So we don't have a
Walmart's
movie
everywhere, so yeah.
we don't have a movie theater. We don't have a bowling alley. We don't have not a shit.
Mhm. Yeah, no.
Your favorite sport?
Basketball. Well, okay, so my favorite sport to play is basketball, but my favorite sport to watch is football.
That makes sense. My favorite sport is college football.
Okay.
I I don't roll tide. Gotta say it again. I don't do pro football at all because I feel like that's their job, and like I don't want to watch a motherfucker work. Like, like I'm like to me it's just not much it's not as much heart
Mhm.
in pro football as it is in college football. That's
I can
just
see that.
that's just my opinion. Now, I say that, but if Alabama ever came popped up with a pro football team, I'd be all
Watch
over
it.
that
Yeah.
shit. I'd be all over that shit. Your favorite holiday?
Probably Thanksgiving.
Mine's
Yeah. I
Christmas.
feel like Christmas. I mean, I would say Christmas, but I feel like that's too. Like I feel like that's like a default. Like for me, like that's a given. Like it's like I get the most excited for Christmas, but because
Yeah,
I'm doing some shit. But
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
but really Thanksgiving is second. But yeah,
And then your favorite season of the year?
winter for
Mine's
sure.
fall. I hate the heat.
You live somewhere where it snows though, right?
No.
Oh, it doesn't snow there.
Fuck
Really?
no.
Oh,
No, you ain't heard the running jokes about the South? Like, we see one little snowflake and everybody runs to the store, get the milk and bread and water. Oh my God, it's fucking snowing. Like, the Northerners make fun of us about it.
yeah.
Like, we don't have fucking snow plows and shit down here.
Oh,
Like,
dang. I don't
the
know why I
mo
thought it snowed there.
the
Oh,
most like it might snow once a year, maybe,
yeah, mm,
maybe, you know,
yeah,
but I hate it. I like looking at the snow, like it's pretty to look at,
yeah.
but I don't want to go out in it, and I sure as physic don't want to drive in it.
Yeah, so like, and I don't like it either. So, but the thing is here because it doesn't snow at all.
Right.
So, but it gets hot as fuck. So it like wintertime is the only time where it's not hot, and it's like
So
nice.
winter's almost like fall for y'all.
Oh yeah, probably. And I can finally wear long sleeves for at least a month, and then or like for at most a month, and then that's it. So like that, I like when it's
Yeah.
around January time. Yeah.
I would never make it living in a place where it's hot all the time. Well, I don't go outside much anyway, so I guess it don't matter. But I'm very, very hot natured. I used to be cold natured, like really cold natured, and I loved the summer and
Mhm.
swimming and all that
Yeah.
stuff. But then I started having thyroid issues and had to have my thyroid surgically removed, so I don't have a thyroid gland anymore. And that's what regulates all the hormones in your body temperature, your weight, your metabolism, your mood, your like fucking everything. So, and ever since I had that removed back in 2015, I've been hot natured as hell. and I get
Mm.
hot my room feels like a refrigerator.
Yeah.
My son will come in here to record the podcast or whatever, and he'll bundle up in a blanket and put a hoodie on and everything. Okay, your biggest pet peeves.
Hmm. Biggest pet peeve. I don't know. Just I guess just rude people in general. Just saying somebody rude is just I don't know. It irks me every time. So that's probably it. But that's a broad term. But there's a lot that goes into it. If I just see somebody being rude, it makes me mad.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
yeah, because I know, like for me personally, I try to be as nice as possible to everyone, as much as possible. And so when I see somebody else being rude, it's just like,
yeah.
yeah,
I don't like that either because even like people kill me, they get mad over the dumbest shit. Like, oh, your top five is different from my top five. So you're dumb, you're trash,
yeah,
you're an idiot. You know, like it's like the
yeah,
fuck that would be like I've said this, I don't know on how many videos. That would be like if I looked at you and said, "What's your favorite color?" and say you said green, and then I said, "Well, you're dumb as hell. You're stupid.
yeah,
You don't know shit because yours ain't black like mine." You know,
yeah.
that's how dumb does that sound? That's so
And
stupid.
and that's literally what it is. Like, I mean, even with your Cracker Barrel, you liking Cracker Barrel. I don't really like Cracker Barrel that much, but like, I'm not gonna call you stupid for that. That's ridiculous.
Right.
That's how people in comment sections are. Like,
It's stupid.
you see that all the time.
Yeah, yeah, you do. And it's fucking annoying. And most of the time, now when I first started, I couldn't ignore it. Just because my personality type. I'm the type you fuck with me, I fuck back. Like that's just how I've
Yeah,
always been. But I had to learn real quick that's how it is in internet land. And so, people got the balls that they wouldn't have in real life behind the keyboard. And,
yep,
99% of the people wouldn't say the stuff to my face that
yeah,
they say in the comments. But most of the time, I ignore it, move on, whatever. Thank you for the comment and the dislike and the view because you just helped boost my channel in the algorithm.
yep,
Dummy! Because
yep,
YouTube looks at likes, dislikes, and comments all the same. It's all
yep.
engagement and it helps us regardless. So a lot of times I will comment that. Thank you for your comment, dislike, and view. You just helped boost my channel in the algorithm or
Mhm.
boost this video in the algorithm. I appreciate your support with a smiley face and prayer hands.
Yeah. They probably hate that shit. I mean, that's the thing with me is I know that a lot of people say like, "Yo, you shouldn't respond to these comments," but like the thing is, I low
Yeah,
key kind of like
yeah,
arguing. So
yeah,
what I will clap back almost every time.
yeah,
And because the thing is, like, I mean, I grew up with all boys in my family, so all we did was roast each other. So like I don't know, like whenever somebody leaves a stupid comment, I'm roasting them and making them feel
yeah.
stupid, and then they usually don't respond. So that which probably means that they it worked. So
Yeah, it's
um,
hilarious. It's
yeah,
hilarious. I had there's this guy, he calls himself a rapper, but I listened to his stuff and I would say if he was good. I mean, I
mhm,
would. He got mad at me and it's been 2 years. 2 years.
mhm,
He got mad at me because he asked me, "How do I request a reaction?" whatever. And I told him the exact same thing I tell every single person that asks me that. Like I
mhm,
have the exact same answer. I can put you on the free regular request list, which is 44 plus pages long. So it'll be a while before I get to it. And then I have a priority request list for donation requests and certain new
yeah,
music drops, which takes precedence over the regular request list. I'll be glad to add you to either one.
mhm,
I say that to everybody. And so he got mad about that and like roasted me on Twitter, and I just blocked and moved on or whatever. And then he comes out of nowhere yesterday. Oh, two of my videos commenting, "Oh, I forgot you're on my list of people to do a diss track on, blah 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 blah, along with so and so and so and so," and just
What?
no, they used no punctuation at all. It was a paragraph with not one period, question mark, exclamation point. The spelling was hideous, which gives me more ammo.
Yeah. Is this rapper kind of big?
Huh?
Is this rapper kind of big?
No,
No. Okay.
no, no. And so anyway, I told him, I said, bruh, you're still salty over something that happened 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, poor little baby." And then I said something like, "I told you exactly what I tell everybody, blah, 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 what I just said to you." And
Mhm.
then I told him, I said, "Go ahead, write a diss track. But don't forget, I'm a writer too.
Yeah.
And I've been writing for well over 3 decades. So tread lightly. And while you're at it, you might want to invest in a dictionary.
Dang.
Have a blessed night." Then he started kissing my ass.
Oh, dang.
And it's
Yep.
just like, bruh, the fuck? You just wanted my attention. You're a fan. Okay, cool. Whatever.
Yeah.
That's what haters means, though. If you have haters, remember you're doing something right. You're doing
Yep.
something right. Period. But I have a lot of pet peeves. Misspelled words, improper grammar. Like when I see that shit, it drives me. And I used to be really, really, really bad about always correcting people. Like when people would say you're welcome while you are. I do the little symbol while you apostrophe.
Yeah.
I
RE.
used I used to be really bad about that, but now I've toned it down, and I'm not that bad anymore. Now I just
Yeah.
let my eye twitch and like just like move on, but I'm
Yeah.
like, fuck, like there's no excuse these days with all the technology we have. Like what
Yeah.
the
Your
fuck?
phone will correct it for you. If you
Uh,
like, just what do you need? Yeah, it's crazy.
Like it's just it bothers the shit out of me. And then another one of my pet peeves is fakeness. Fake people. I can't stand that. I cannot stand that. Like I watch some people and I'm like, that's fake as hell. Fake
Yeah.
as hell. Like you could just tell. I can, but I don't like that. I can't. I've got a lot of pet peeves. A whole lot of pet peeves.
Yeah. I mean, you
Uh,
definitely see this, especially with a lot of rappers, my peers. I've
yeah,
definitely quite a few. I'm just like, all right, I don't know.
yeah. It's a lot. I don't get it. Why? Why not just be real with people? I don't
Yeah.
understand it. I can't stand it. If you could rid the world of one thing, what would it be?
I mean, off the top of my head, I would probably say racism because that's pretty much everywhere, and there's just no need for it. But I feel like there's. I'm gonna go with that for now. Yeah.
Okay. My answer used to be disease. And then I interviewed somebody and their answer covers everything. So now I stole their answer.
Oh yeah, what's the answer? Because I don't like my answer. So what did they say?
It was actually Tech 9.
Oh,
Evil. I would rid the
yeah,
world of evil because that eliminates everything if you think about it. That would
yeah.
eliminate racism.
Hmm.
And then people
That's a better answer.
there
Yeah,
have been people that question, but is disease evil? If I look at it from a spiritual realm, and this is just my own personal spiritual beliefs. I'm not a religious person, but I am a spiritual person, and I do think it's a big difference between
yeah, same thing.
spirituality and religion. But, you know, the way I look at it is, you know, Satan has to petition God to give people disease. And God, yes, God has to allow it. You know what I mean? But disease in and of itself is not of God.
Hmm.
So if I look at it from a spiritual aspect, I think evil would rid even disease.
Yeah,
Uh, because disease causes pain, sorrow, grief, loss,
yeah,
all that stuff, which is not good,
it's
which
not good.
means it would be bad.
Yeah,
So, people typically, when they think of evil, they think of like murder and people that inappropriately touch children and, things of that nature, which is all evil too. But see,
yeah.
evil would even erase if
It
you
covers all that. Yeah,
all
yeah.
that.
That was definitely a better answer than what I gave. So I'm definitely gonna go with that too.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. I used to always say disease, but after he said that, I was like, damn. I even told him, I said, that's a good answer because that covers everything, Like, so I love that answer. So, yeah. What does it feel like to know that you're people's inspiration?
Yes, yeah, I like that question. So I've gotten messages, DMs, and stuff from people saying that like my music changed their life or it saved them in some cases, and so that's like probably the like whenever I get those messages, like I'll send them to my mom and and
Uh,
my wife and stuff. Like it's like that's like the that's what gets me the most excited is when my music affects somebody positively. Like, yeah, it's cool to make money off of reactions and music and all that and all that stuff. Like because it's leading into me being able to provide for my family from something that I'm passionate about. But knowing that it's changing and affecting people's lives positively, that's way more important to me. And
absolutely.
yeah, and so yeah, so just to know that what I'm doing inspires people is a big deal, and I don't take it lightly.
Yeah. And it's very humbling and it's very motivating as well.
Yep.
Like, I mean, there's been many times I'm a human like everybody else. I have feelings. And there are times I get down and out and feel like I'm not doing good enough. I'm not putting out enough content. I'm doing something wrong. There's been times I was like this close to deleting my channel, but just saying F it and
Oh, damn.
deleting the
Yeah.
whole thing, and because I don't have real life, like in real life, you know what I mean, support
Yeah. Yeah.
with what I do, other than my son, and even
Mhm.
he don't care anything about reactions or anything like that. Like he don't get into all that.
Mhm.
So really don't have any real life support in that
Mhm.
and no one to really talk to about YouTube shit, stuff
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I feel very alone a lot. And then I'll get a notification or I'll get a comment from somebody that I don't even know. just a complete stranger that will say something that will just I call it a God thing, it's
Mhm.
just like God letting me know, "No, you are doing what you're supposed to do.
Mhm.
Keep doing it.
Keep going, keep doing it.
You"
Yep.
and I love what I do. It's not that I don't love what I do at all. It ain't that. It's just sometimes I mean, like I said, we're human, I'm human just like everybody else, and, I see other people being fake and stuff and other things that happen behind the scenes and they like got all these big numbers
Mhm.
and I try my best. I'm not perfect, but I try my best to be myself and be real and show love and support to the community as much as I can and I'm just like, bruh, like I just get
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, I don't know. But I'll get a comment like the one I was telling you about earlier. The guy who said, "I'm not gonna lie, I prejudged you
Oh, yeah.
and
Mhm.
didn't think you knew shit. And I've watched like 30 reactions and you caught more than anybody else. And
Yeah.
thank you for teaching me not to judge a book by its cover, subscribing, much respect."
Hey.
Something like that, you know?
Mhm.
I had a comment one time, it lifted me up. It was so simple, but it was funny and it's just what I needed in that moment. They said, "Oh, you definitely invited to the cookout." You know,
Hey, that
and, and just stuff like that. And even like on my songs, they're not professional, they're not nothing special, but I do like my writing, what I write and the messages I try to put in most of my songs that I write. Not in all of them, but in most of them, they have a deep message. Pain Music is the best song I've ever written thus far.
was
And
good. It was dope. Yeah.
thank you. And, sharing my life like that isn't easy. And a lot of the comments that I got on that and the love that I've received for people reacted to it and stuff like that, it
Mhm.
it really means a lot, means a whole lot to me. So, yeah. Like when you said in your reaction that I'm an inspiration, like I was just like I was crying. I'm about to cry now, bro. I'm such a baby. I was like, oh, like, you know, it's
I mean,
just
it's true. I mean, I mean, I know, like, when you asked me, when you, DM me and asked me, to do the interview, I was hyped. I went to my wife, I was like, "Yo, like, I'm about to be interviewed by April Showers, like, this is lit." Like, I was hyped. So, yeah, I know
thank
every
you.
word,
That
an inspiration.
that truly means the world to me. I don't understand it, but it means a lot to me that
Mhm.
people view me in that light because I'm not used to that. So sorry. Oh, come on, like, well, my viewers know I'm a crybaby, whatever. I can't help it. Hey, I was, in active addiction for 15 years of my life and masked my emotions.
Mhm.
So now, I'm very emotional and I allow myself to feel like in reactions or whatever. Like I
Yeah,
allow myself to feel whatever it is I'm feeling in that moment, whether it's laughing, getting mad, crying,
yeah,
whatever it is, because if I don't, I spent so many years of my life bottling it inside, you know,
Mhm.
and for me, that is very, very toxic for my
Oh, yeah.
recovery and my mental health. So,
Mhm.
you know, I have to allow myself, and it makes a lot of people uncomfortable. It turns a lot of people away and off, and that's okay. Everybody's not for everybody, but I feel like some people look at it as, hey, she's human like I am. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm not alone. Hey, I'm not the only one that cries like a punk biatch to this song. you know?
Yeah.
So, like, because when I react to something, I mean, you've watched my reactions, I'm in it.
Yeah.
Like I'm in that
Right.
song.
Yeah.
I'm like
Yeah.
straight up in that shit. Like listening to every word. And I'm an empath, so I can feel like what the artist is feeling. It's
Mhm.
weird. Okay, sorry.
It's all good.
Uh, what is your biggest goal for your life? And then your biggest goal for your career?
Okay. Biggest goal in life is to I don't want to when like I'm old and just chilling to have any regrets. And so and I knew and I referenced when I was not rapping for 4 years. I knew that I knew this when like I was like if I am 80 years old and I'm like on my deathbed or 80 or 90 whatever, I'm gonna regret not pursuing like actually pursuing music. Like I'm gonna
Right.
regret not actually pursuing my passion. So and that was one of the big reasons why I went back into it. And so I want to not have any regrets. So when I anything that I have wanted to accomplish, I want to at least attempt it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like and I put my all into it with the reactions and trying to build up a following. I went all in on that, and so and because when it's all said and done, I don't want to be like, dang, well, if I would have done this, then maybe this would have
Right.
happened.
Right.
Fuck that. I'm not that type of person. So so that's a big thing. And so then, with that being said, so a goal with my career is being able to provide for my family with my passion. So I
Yeah.
know I teach right now, and I'm not gonna say it's not my passion because I do love doing it, but
W-
it's not like it's not music. Like I
Yeah.
mean,
I
yeah,
understand. I
yeah.
understand.
And so like as far as a job is concerned, I couldn't do anything other than teaching. But as far as like passion is concerned, I want to be able to live off of music.
Right.
Um, and so yeah, so that's kind of the goal. I want to be able to provide for my family with music.
I understand that. That's what I was gonna tell you and ask. I wanted to tell you something earlier and ask you something earlier about teaching. What do you teach and like what grade or whatever?
Fifth grade, everything.
Yeah, because you do every subject,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So,
There was a like in the beginning when I first started reacting, I was teaching fifth grade math only, but now I like switch schools and now it's like everything, which has been interesting. But yeah, it's everything.
how long have you been teaching?
I'm in my 8th year.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
yeah,
You know, it's funny. My whole life, ever since I was a little bitty girl, like 3, 4 years old, I always wanted to be a teacher.
dang, yeah,
I wanted to be an English spelling teacher for 7th and 8th grade.
mhm,
That's what I wanted to do my entire life. I had little grade books, and back
yeah,
then there back then there was such thing as wipe-off boards. I had a chalkboard and,
Dang.
like,
Yeah.
I would play school with my father when I was little, and I would always be the teacher and give him
Mhm.
tests, and, like, that was
Yeah.
my dream. That's what I always wanted to do, and then the school shooting happened when I
Oh.
was a freshman,
Mhm.
and I said, "Well, not gonna be that."
Yeah.
But I still, I knew I always wanted to help people, you know. Uh
Mhm.
that's one of my huge passions is helping people. I love helping people. And so that's when I switched to nursing, you know. So
Yeah.
and I would still be nursing right now if I was physically capable of doing so. But God had other plans, so it is what it is. You know, I didn't know when I started my channel that you could even be monetized and make money on YouTube. Like I literally didn't know nothing, bro. Nothing.
Oh, so you just did it because you liked it. Okay. Nice.
Cause
Yeah.
I love yeah, cause
Yeah.
I love music. I always said prayer, writing, and music are my therapy. And music has been the one thing in my life, the one constant in my life
Yeah.
that didn't leave, that has never left me, that has always been there for me, you
Mm.
know? And so, I love, all genres. I just love music. And then when I found out you could get paid doing it, I was like,
Yeah.
well,
That
that's a
was a game changer.
I looked
Yeah.
at it as just a blessing from God, I'm like, "Well, thank you, Lord,"
Mhm.
And I complain a lot now, which kinda makes me feel bad because, if I look at the big picture, I'm blessed, and
Mhm.
most of the time I'm able to focus on that instead of focusing on the negative and everything that's not like I would like it to be. Most of the time, I'm able to focus on that, but again, I'm human. I have feelings and stuff like everybody else, and but my goal for my channel, and I just started a second channel as well,
Nice.
called April G Reigns, Reigns. It's a double entendre. You get it?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I see. I see. I see. I see. I see. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Showers, raids, and then
Yeah. Yeah.
my
I'm here.
little
I'm here.
yeah, my little nickname is Bar Queen. I didn't name myself that. I didn't give myself that nickname. It was actually Merkham's who first started
Mm.
calling me that. And
Yeah.
then it just caught on and just everybody started calling me that. And I am
Dang.
truly humbled and honored and grateful to have that title. I mean, I've got the plaque there that says Bar Queen. Uh,
Oh yeah.
Mama C, Crip's mom had
Yeah.
that made for me. Main Man, who was a reactor, made it, hand made it, like,
Mhm.
um, but and that
Me and
chat.
Merkins are from the same city. Fun fact.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But my second channel is more gonna be about recovery, addiction, alcoholism, mental health,
Mhm.
comedy, true crime, all the other stuff I love
All the other stuff. Yeah.
besides music.
Yeah. Yeah.
Besides music. I'm sure I'll incorporate music in there every now and then because it's such a huge part of who I am.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just 2 videos up on that channel right now because I just started it. I've got like 37 subscribers right now, but I've been thinking about doing it for a long time and I finally just said screw it and did it. So we'll
Yeah.
see what happens.
We'll
Eh,
see.
Okay. Oh, and then what I was gonna tell you is my goal has always, been I I've never wanted to be famous. I don't care anything at all about being famous. Not one bit of me cares about that at all. I don't care about being rich. Not one bit of me cares about being rich. My goal has always been to just be able to grow big enough to be able to sufficiently provide for my child and myself. That's it. That's it. That's it. Cause like now I ain't got a paycheck 3 months from YouTube. So I ain't met the goal yet, but hopefully, one day I will. And if not, I still love what I do, so that's a positive. So,
Yeah.
last but not least, do you have any announcements or shout outs you would like to make?
No crazy announcements. I mean, I'm still, dropping music once a month at least, for my regular, from Austin Simmon, and then for my uh, group Straw Hat Boys, we release every week. Um, if you would like to subscribe to, my channel, it's under Austin Simmon. You just got to search it, and then it'll be right there.
You don't
I'm
have
not
to
very good at.
search it. The link to his channel will actually be in the description box.
Oh,
So all y'all have to do is click on that link and go subscribe to Austin Simmon. Go ahead.
nice. I'm actually not very good at plugging myself. I don't really know what to say. Yeah, so just follow me and all that stuff. Yeah. But yeah, and thank you for having me on here. This was awesome.
You're welcome. It's been an honor. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule to allow me to interview you. I
Yeah,
appreciate it
no problem.
very,
Same.
very much. Any shout outs?
So shout out to, I don't know, Grind Time. Shout out to AP and Nick. Shout out to Deedon. Yeah, all my guys, all the guys over in the Straw Hat Boys, all those kids. And yeah.
All right. All right, y'all. So I hope y'all enjoyed this episode of An Hour with April G Showers with Austin Simmon.
Hey.
Again, the link to his channel is in the description box. So please be sure to click on that link and go subscribe. Check him out. He's dope. So y'all know I ain't gonna interview them if they ain't dope.
Hey.
So, and he's a real genuine, wonderful human being, just period. Besides the fact of him being an amazing reactor, an amazing hip hop artist, he's an amazing person. So, yeah, please, y'all comment below y'all's thoughts on our interview. What y'all think? Be real, be respectful, please, but be real. Please like this video on your way out. A lot more important than you think. And please subscribe to my channel, y'all. April G. Squad. Fist bump. Love y'all. And we will see y'all in just a little bit. Peace out.